Well, the opening ceremony for the 2024 Olympic Summer Games may not be until Friday. The games are unofficially underway with matches in men's soccer and rugby sevens in the books in Paris. But it's the Canadian women's soccer team that's been trending after reportedly using a drone to spy on their opponent's practice ahead of their first game tomorrow. Louis Bucco has been on top of everything Olympics today and joins us in studio. Louis, what is this about the use of a drone by the Canadian women's team?
Well, Emily, the head coach of the Canadian team, Bev Priestman, has apologized and will not coach in that opening game on Thursday, while 2 staff members were sent home after drones were flown over New Zealand's practice Monday as well as last Friday. Canada's defense of their Olympic gold medal got off to a rocky start even before they ever hit the field due to a scandal involving a drone that saw 2 staff members sent home and led to head coach Bev Priestman taking herself off the sidelines. The shakeup came after the Canadian Olympic Committee's review of incidents in Saint-Etienne after reports that drones flew over New Zealand's practice sessions on 2 separate occasions. In a statement released by the COC on Wednesday, Priestman wrote, quote, "I am ultimately responsible for conduct in our program. Continuing in the spirit of accountability, I do this with the interests of both teams in mind and to ensure everyone feels that the sportsmanship of this game is upheld." Speaking to reporters later in the day, the organization's CEO David Shoemaker said Priestman, who has served as head coach since October 2020, told him she had no direct involvement in the drones and that he believes her.
Her denial of her involvement, my assessment of the veracity of those statements, and that very fact. If facts were to arise in the future suggesting otherwise, I guess we reserve the right to impose further sanctions.
The COC also said that Canada's soccer staff will be required to undergo mandatory ethics training and that the organization could face further sanctions from a FIFA investigation. This news comes just 2 days before the opening ceremony is set. Canadian singer Celine Dion met fans in Paris this week as media reports said she is poised to make a comeback with a performance at the opening ceremonies. Dion, who is suffering from stiff person syndrome, has not performed in public since March 2020. The 56-year-old is poised to be one of many big-name celebrities to take part, including Lady Gaga, in Friday's official start to the Olympic Games. At those opening ceremonies, it will be gold medal winning athletes Andre DeGrasse and Maud Sharon who will carry the Canadian flag, as the COC announced today. DeGrasse has 6 Olympic medals in track events and is Canada's most decorated man in Summer Olympics Games history. Sharon of Rimouski, Quebec, captured weightlifting gold at the Tokyo Games in the women's 64-kilogram division. In other Olympic news today, it was announced France won't have to wait long to welcome the Olympics back, as the French Alps was conditionally picked to host the 2030 Winter Games. The French bid was the only candidate and is a project centered on ski resorts in the French Alps and ice sport venues in the coastal city Nice.
The International Olympic Committee has the honor to announce that the 27th Olympic Winter Games 2034 are awarded to Salt Lake City, Utah.
The IOC also announced today that 32 years after first hosting the Games, Salt Lake City, Utah will welcome back the world when they host the 2034 Winter Olympics. And Emily, in security news in Paris today, French authorities have detained a Russian man on suspicion of planning to destabilize the Games. The 40-year-old Russia-born man was arrested yesterday at his Paris apartment. He's charged with conducting intelligence work on behest of a foreign power with aim to provoke hostilities in France.